What's going on, everybody? This is Mattdoesfitness, and I wondered why the baseball was getting bigger. Then it hit me. Hello and welcome to my road to the British Champs, and I feel like I'm kind of back on the road. I feel like I was kind of temporarily off the road, like on the hard shoulder, and now I'm very much back on there. I'm feeling good. This has been a really good week. Like, I've just finished training now. Obviously, as you can probably see, I'm very sweaty and like a little bit burnt and just a bit tired. Been out in the sun all day, but yeah, the week's been solid. Like, in terms of my lifting, it's gone really well. Like, my squat stuff, I was a little bit kind of concerned about how I would react to that, because I've been squatting heavy twice a week for a long time, like 6 months, maybe more. So kind of taking one of those out and replacing it with a slightly lighter session or a slightly higher rep range session. I didn't know how I was going to respond to that in the first week or so. I wasn't convinced, but this week I feel like it's gone really well. Like, especially in terms of the lighter session, I'm really pleased with how that felt. Obviously, you'll see it in a minute. Yeah, deadlifting coming on pretty nice. I did some decent singles this week. I'm really happy with that. I mean, it's nothing, you know, to write home about, but in terms of where I've been previously with my deadlift, like, it's really, really good progress. And then bench press has been fairly solid as well. Again, bench press, I'm playing around with losing one of those sessions. Still to see whether that's actually going to work long term, but in terms of during the week, I definitely feel a lot better. Like, up until this cycle, this training cycle, I've been feeling horrible all the time. Like, I'm just sore, like my back, my knees, just generally just a bit kind of achy and sore, whereas now I feel a lot better. Having that rest day and reducing the intensity of the squat stuff is definitely having a knock-on effect in that respect. So it's quite nice, to be fair. And I think that should kind of cross over to some PRs, but we shall see. Yeah, so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I mean, I've got something like, what is it now? It's early July, mid-early July. So we've got, what, August, September. Not even that long, to be honest. July to August, September. So we've got like less than 3 months. That's pretty crazy. Less than 3 months until the British Champs, until the big one. I really, really like, when I think about it for any period of time, I get super excited. Like, I really want to go there and just do some real damage. Like, I don't know, you know, I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know who's going to turn up. I've looked at previous results and I've got an idea of where I could potentially place, but I don't know. It depends on who turns up and which weight category and so forth. But yeah, I am super, super excited. It should be freaking awesome. And I'm taking you guys along on the journey. Anyway, I've rambled on for long enough. I need to go and get some food, so you can now enjoy the training clips. But before you do that, there is really only one way you can do that. I mean, what you need to do essentially is go to a local fancy dress shop, buy a Super Mario outfit, like with the massive head and everything. Go to a local go-kart ring, steal a go-kart, even if the guy's there and he's offering to sell it to you, just steal it. That's part of the thing. So steal it, carry it back to your house, irrespective of how far that is. You need to carry it. Again, that's part of the challenge. Put the Mario suit on, get in the go-kart, drive into a wall as fast as you can, and then obviously when you've then got out the go-kart, you know, fix the damage, explain to the, you know, locals what you've done there, you've recovered, you know, physically and mentally yourself. Just sit back and enjoy. And we're rolling. So here is the footage from the previous week of training, and like I said, it's been pretty good. Nothing to write home about. Like, I've had better weeks, but it's been good. So in my new format, essentially the first squat session is a heavy session, and the second one is a light one. So this is Monday, and I went for 5 doubles at 222.5 kilograms, 490 pounds, and I got them. And I'm pretty pleased with that. Now I've done what, like 485, so I've done about 5-6 pounds, 2.5 kilos lighter than this for 3 triples, or I think 2.5, 3 triples. So it's kind of comparable with that, I guess. I felt good. I mean, I'm still getting to grips, because I mean, this is obviously doing the singles and doubles is obviously the weight is heavier, and so after like a full day at work, sometimes it is hard, because like, you need to obviously be really, really kind of hyped up to do this, and sometimes I'm just a bit kind of lethargic and just being a bit of a weasel, basically. So I need to I think obviously as I do it more, as I get used to handling the really heavy weight, just kind of all the time, I think obviously it is a good thing. And I want to be in a position whereby I can just come in any day and squat heavy and manage it. You know, like one thing I have noticed is what I'm doing now. I'm trying to really build up the intra-abdominal pressure. So before I squat or before I unrack the weight, I'll get a big breath and really hold. And then before I go to squat again, a really big breath and really kind of push out. And it just kind of really, obviously I've done that in the past, but I'm kind of making it an emphasis now. And I do feel my core and my torso is a lot stronger. Like the kind of bracing is a lot more effective. And it kind of, if you find that when you squat you collapse at the bottom, a lot of the time that will be the case. It's where you haven't kind of braced your core and you just kind of give way at the bottom. So by kind of taking a big in-breath and just really holding it and really building up the pressure inside your body, you feel a lot stronger down there. And for me personally, especially with the heavier weight, it definitely helps quite significantly. Right, so that was that. Now it's 3 sets of 3, 140 kilos, 309 pounds for some front squats, which my front squats are feeling a little bit ugly at the moment. I think it's probably because I've dropped from doing them twice a week to once a week. I don't really care, to be honest, but yeah. What I'm doing as well for all the squat accessory work, I said it last week, I'm doing it all beltless and all sleeveless, just so it's something different. It's a different stimulus, and I've said it before, again, just so I don't get used to, always wearing a belt and always wearing sleeves. Right, here is my first bench press session of the week. So, I started off with 152.5 kilograms, 336 pounds, and I wanted to go for 5 sets of 2 touch and go. Now, touch and go has felt pretty crap for me, kind of always. Like, I don't like doing touch and go bench. I keep saying this, but I just feel like I miss groove all the time. I can't time my drive I can't move the weight in time with the drive of my legs and stuff, basically, so I just don't like it. So anyway, I ended up doing 2 sets of 2, and the second set was a massive grind. So then I sacked that off and I put the weight up slightly to 155 kilos, 342 pounds, and just did 3 singles, which actually felt pretty good. So I think what I'll do is probably try that again soon, maybe with a pause, and just try and kind of synchronize that drive. But that weight there, I mean, that's pretty decent for singles, and I could have got that for a few more. It didn't feel too bad, to be fair. That was the last of the singles, so it's a reasonable session. Right, deadlift time. Now here I decided to go for 5 singles at 240 kilograms, 529 pounds. And it actually felt really good. Now, I'm sure you're aware, my deadlifts for the last 2 months, I guess now, have been going really well, and I'm kind of just riding the wave. They're feeling good. I'm going to test again relatively soon because I think I've got more there. I mean, if you watch my powerlifting meet, that third single, it didn't go up easily, but after I broke the floor, it did move quite comfortably, and that was obviously the last lift of 9 of a whole day. So I'm sure when I'm fresh, I've got more there, but obviously we'll see. Yeah, the thinking behind the singles is just simply because I don't want to keep doing sets of 3. Like I've been doing 5 sets of 3 for a while for my deadlifts, and obviously, just like with my squats, you can't keep increasing the weight. So by just throwing in different sessions, it just gives me longer between putting the weight up. So yeah, I'm doing this. Here is the 5th of the 5 singles, and you'll see it's not easy, but it's a pretty, it's not a big grind. You see here, I mean, that apart from the initial pull, that moves pretty well. Like I could have kept going there, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I mean, that's decent. That is like that would have equaled my PR for a single like a month ago, so I'm pretty pleased with that, to be fair. And then accessory work wise, I went to what I've been doing for a while. Deficit pause deadlifts. There was a big, there was a pretty weird kind of, argument. It wasn't really an argument, it's a big disagreement between, I think it was Jason Blaha and Johnny Candito about pause deadlifts. Basically, in fact, I don't know why I'm saying this, it was a complete non-event, but essentially Jason Blaha was saying they're a waste of time, but then it turned out that actually what he was saying was a waste of time, was doing pause deadlifts at kind of knee level, whereas what I do, and I think a lot of people do it as well, is pause really low down. So I'm weak from the floor, and therefore I pause at pretty much floor level. And it's just kind of addressing that weakness and obviously making me stronger, my back stronger in that position, so that I can, when it comes over to a pull from the floor, in theory I should be stronger there. Anyway, yeah, they were fine. Again, just like with my squat accessory work, I'm doing those beltless just to get used to doing that. And then this is Friday session. So of course Thursday was not there because I've taken out the middle bench press session. So I have a rest down Thursday, which is very nice, to be fair. Now here, I'm doing again like a lighter rep session, and I'm really pleased with how it went. So I did 180 kilograms, 397 pounds, so practically 400 pounds, like 4 plates on each side, and I went for 3 sets of 8, and it felt really good. Like,
I keep saying this, that the gym where the part of the gym where I squat is very, very hot. If it's hot outside, the gym is very hot, so it makes doing any more than about 3 reps really hard work because you are sweating out and you are breathing heavy. But yeah, I thought this might be a bit of an effort, but it felt really good. I mean, this is the 3rd and final set, and even the last couple of reps are moving really good. I could have done this for 3 sets of 10, which is good because I mean, this is, again, you know, I know my squat's gone up so much this year, but this would have been, if you think like for me, a year ago, this would have been my PR. In fact, this would have been more than my PR a year ago, I think. So to be doing it now for an easy 3 sets of 8, that's pretty crazy progress. You'll see here, I mean, the reps look really good. It's a good chance, although this is slightly heavier than what I used for this session last week, it's still a good chance to work on my form to make sure, you know, I'm keeping my knees out. I'm finding it a kind of a squat position that feels good for me, something that I can do consistently. So it is a nice opportunity to do that. And you see there, it moved really clean all the way up to the last rep. So happy days. Right, now here is my accessory work. I went on to pause squats for this session, so 3 sets of 3, 150 kilograms, 331 pounds, with a nice long deep pause. And they felt good. I mean, that's a lie. They didn't feel good, but they felt comfortable. Like, they weren't really hard. It was more just kind of, after doing the heavier sessions, the heavier sets, I'm always a bit tired. So doing the accessory work, it's a nice release in that it's not really heavy, but it's also hard in that you kind of come down from being psyched up, and then it's just a case of getting it done. But yeah, you see there, nice and deep, nice long pauses, keeping the knees out, all kinds of quad engagement, and they felt pretty good. And that was that. So on to Saturday, final session of the week, and this is my second bench press session. And I went for 4 sets of 5 at 135 kilograms, 298 pounds, with a better pause, and I got it. I think I missed the very last rep of the last set, but I'll still take it as a PR. This is equal with the best I've ever done, with a pause. And when I did it last time, it was a much shorter pause. It was effectively a touch and go with a, you know, like a fraction of a second. So now I'm making a concerted effort to hold it slightly longer on my chest so that it replicates the competition more. So yeah, to get this with that weight is obviously a bonus, and it means that I am now as strong as I've ever been with the bench press. So I'm confident when I test in a few weeks, hopefully I should be able to get a PR. I'm also not using those bands on the bench, so I'm still kind of adapting to that, because I find that with my arch, it does kind of slide out a little bit, particularly where it's hot. But basically in a competition, the same thing happens. So I figure it's better just to get used to it, and then when I go to a competition, if anything, I'll feel better, as opposed to getting there and feeling all kind of freaked out and uncomfortable. Because last time I competed, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you watched it, but the bench press was just kind of a bit of a shock to the system. I wasn't really ready for it. I didn't prepare properly, and the setup really threw me out. So I want to make sure that does not happen again. But yeah, here's the last set. This is the one where I missed the last rep. But to be honest, like I said, in my sessions, if I get everything apart from the very last rep, I'll still take that as a PR. And that's that, my friends. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you tomorrow.